Devin Weston is a rich, entitled 12-year-old stuck in a 50-year-old's body, and with him being so filthy rich, I can't help but wonder sometimes, why in the hell did he scam the crew for the money that he was supposed to pay them for stealing those cars? I mean, pretty much no matter how much he'd paid them for the cars, like, it would probably be a fraction of what they're actually worth, so for him it really wouldn't mean anything. The first reason I can think of is Devin is, and likely was for a while in 2013, an entitled little snot dripping spoiled kid stuck in a 50-something-year-old's body. The moment you see this guy, and then especially in Solomon Richards' studio, he just sounds like everyone owes him everything. He takes what he wants from who he wants, and overall seems like the type of dude who's never been said no to. He just thinks he can do with whoever and whatever he pleases, and as such, when it comes to paying some 3 random criminals for stealing a few exotic cars for him, he doesn't give 2 shits to pay them, because in his mind, he's thinking like, why would he? What are they gonna do? Call the cops? Yeah, right, dude. And this leads me to my second point, and arguably a bigger part of why he scammed them specifically. Throughout the entire game, Devin acts genuinely like he thinks he's untouchable. I mean, he has the feds, such as Steve Haynes, in his pocket, he's got a private military unit, or at least 11% ownership of one, he's filthy rich, and he essentially thinks that not only he's owed everything, but also that he's absolutely untouchable. This is proven many times throughout the game. He sarcastically mocks Trevor when he threatens him. He keeps making demands to Michael until Michael eventually stands up to him in this scene, and the look on his face when Michael says this, if you look, he looks genuinely shocked, like no one's ever said something like this to him before in his life. There's more examples though, such as him being a sarcastic, annoying little squeaker when he says that he'll close down the movie studio for insurance money. And lastly, just before the end of the game, when he shows up to Franklin's door, he brags about making one phone call and ending Steve and Dave's career, which all these things he can very well do, and this of course answers the question of today's video. Why did he scam the crew? Well, he thought, if I'm untouchable and have all this money and power and influence, why the fuck would I have to pay these 3 nobodies for stealing some cars? Which ultimately ended up being part of the reason as to why he was killed in the end. Speaking of which, I think this last point is actually best explained by Michael when he says to Devin Weston that he was big enough and bad enough, and he thought that he didn't have to play by any kind of rules. So ultimately, it comes down to Devin being entitled, a little bit of a dickhead who was never denied anything a day in his life, and secondly, he thought he could just use his money to have endless amounts of influence and power over everyone, or if they didn't comply, he'd just intimidate them into not being able to retaliate against him. And that probably would have worked on anyone else, but since it was Trevor specifically that has been the one to show up to his house that evening, yeah, there's no chance, because we all know Trevor's Trevor and he's not taking anyone's shit. But with that said, I want to thank you for watching this video. Leave your thoughts and opinions on this topic in the comments down below. I'll make sure to read them and reply to a few of them, and until next video stream, bye bye.